Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. On this segment, we're able to introduce you more of the Airtime Watertime team. In addition to Mark Okrasko, we have Ruth Wishengrad and Tina Stang. Tina Stang is the mother of the two autism self-advocate to talk to you about the importance of water safety and how Airtime Watertime, the floater suit, has helped you. Well, Tina and Ruth, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Tina. I know we've been friends, and I get to see the boys at the beach and at the bonfire. But, you know, just to see those pictures of them in the wetsuit, having so much fun, and you not worrying. Now, what does that mean to you to have this wetsuit for your boys?
It just means freedom to just enjoy our time together. Before I found the floater, I was very anxious, very anxious when they were around water, even not in the water. If I took my eyes off of them, even though they know how to swim. I have two of them, and Clarice, my daughter, so I was always very anxious. But after I found the floater, I just felt, you know, it gives us that additional measure of safety. I feel like we have a fighting chance. If something were to happen, we would have a little bit of time. And so it made our time together in the water and at the beach, at the pool, anything water related, it made it enjoyable again.
Oh, so instead of worrying about them and always trying to feel like you have to keep your eyes on them 24/7,
right,
you're able to kind of sometimes look away and not feel too concerned, right?
Right, like I can look away for a second or two. We always try to have my husband there and a caregiver, so we have one-on-one. But I've always felt like just looking away for a second, just blinking, something could happen. You know, it's very anxiety. Existence with multiple kids, especially kids with disabilities, that you feel like that second that you look away, something could happen. But
so, what disability do they have, if you don't mind sharing?
They have, they both have autism, and they both have ADHD, and so.
But how does their autism affect their ability to be? There's an awareness of safety.
Right. They don't necessarily remember everything that you tell them. So they're not openly defined, but they may not necessarily remember. And when you say be careful, that's not very specific. It's very vague. And so their definition of careful could be really different. Right? And having several of them, two of them, they could egg each other on like boys do to do things. And so, yeah, just boys in general. You know?
Well, I mean, I think what I love about what you're saying is that you really embrace their disability, but you see it as an ability, and the ability to swim, ability to enjoy life, and ability to enjoy the ocean again. You know, and what I love hearing is that, you know, you as a parent and with your husband Doug, you guys still get to feel a sense of security. You know, in addition to having, you know, a caregiver there, you have a float suit, you have all of these things. So I know as a mom, you're so careful, and I love that you're so thorough and making sure that their safety is first and foremost, you know, a priority when you are enjoying the waters.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tina, for sharing that.
Thưa
quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Tina Stang. Tina Stang cũng là một người mẹ mà không phải là người mẹ cho hai em bị tự kỷ không, mà thiệt ra một cái người mẹ rất là thương con, rất là chú ý về cái an toàn của gia đình. Tina cũng là một người Việt Nam. Tại nhiều lúc người Việt Nam của mình thấy mình có con á, mình lo lắng quá, mỗi lần mình phải chú ý nó kỹ. Mà thiệt ra cái float suit đây á, là của Airtime Watertime á, làm cho mẹ thấy an toàn hơn. Không phải là 24/24 mình phải nhìn nó, theo dõi nó, mà thiệt ra mình đi biển hay mình đi đâu, đi vô hồ bơi, mình được cái sợ an toàn, mình được nghĩ chút. You know, Tina, I think, you know, when you are very open about your kid's diagnosis of autism, I think it really tells the audience it's okay to love your kids. It's okay to be a part of the community. It's okay to experience the world like any other person gets to experience it, right? But, you know, I think what Mark's invention and Ruth's help to outreach to the community is so important, is because when you have a suit like this, it's not a business. It's almost like a calling, a mission. a purpose. So when I see you, Mark and Ruth, I just feel like, wow, these people have a purpose. And what do you think your purpose is? Because I see it.
Well, we're missionaries.
You're missionaries, okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to be. I mean, there is a business aspect to it, but it's become more of a calling, because what we provide is a chance for somebody to experience something beyond the veil of fear. So if you're afraid of the water, you're not going to go in the water. But if you're no longer afraid, you're going to go in and you're going to explore. You're going to do the things that you've always wanted to do, but always held yourself back. So we're fear busters. So we want to get rid of fear and go from point A to point B and enjoy doing every moment of it.
There's a word that you said in your response. You said, we're giving them a chance. And that gave me goosebumps. Because, I work in the disability space. And, even just last night, I was over at, one of the families' home at night and just helping them. And I said, sometimes we as parents, yes, we love our kids, but sometimes we kind of live in this fear, and we don't give them a chance to be a child, a chance to, in a sense, be normal, and a chance to experience what thousands of people millions of people get to experience. So I think, in my work, when I'm working with a child with a disability or with families who are just afraid, I always say, no, give them a chance. Let them see what it feels like. Now, what does it feel like to you when you get to see these kids having a chance to experience the waves and to experience the water without the fear?
Well, it reminds me of when I was a kid. I get to have my inner child come out, and I mean, I didn't have that suit when I was young, but I mean, it's kind of like the magic of the suit is like, imagine being an astronaut in space. I mean, there's a lot of people, we watch TV, we see the astronauts floating around.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. This suit gives you the ability to float in space. So if you're in the water and you close your eyes, you are on the space station, you are floating. So it's pretty magical.
I do also, I know you were able to share a few videos too. I do want to share with the audience, and if the audience can watch the video. The video that we're showing right now is the float video.
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about this float video?
Well, the float video shows people in action, I mean, we could talk about it all day long, you can describe it, but when you see somebody in the water and how they respond and how they flow, it's almost like a ballet. They're on the surface, they're not going to go under, and they can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tina, you said earlier, it's I have so much anxiety when I see my kids. When we watch this video, we don't see that fear. We don't see the anxiety. No. When I watched the video, I was like, wow, you just feel this like muscle relaxing, this little joy and this peace. So I think that's very important. I really do appreciate you both, sharing this video with the community, because we can talk about it all day.
Right.
But when you see someone putting on this suit, how comfortable it looks, and that it's not riding up to your neck, because when I went to Hawaii, I was wearing, what is it, the floating
life jacket.
The life jacket,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, oh yeah, wear this life jacket. You have to put this life jacket on, and you can snorkel. But it was always riding up to my neck. And I was always trying to pull it down. It was so uncomfortable, Right. So when you invented this item, how important was it for you to address some of those issues?
Well, what I wanted in a suit like this is I wanted to have it like you weren't even wearing the suit. If you put the suit on and you're in the water, the suit disappears, and now suddenly you're just floating.
Okay.
So you have total mobility, you get to move, you get to do all the stuff that you want to do. And you get to explore yourself. I mean, you were talking about comfortability and the flotation. One of my fantasies is finding water that's warm enough and lie on my back and go to sleep. So what would your dreams be like if you could have that kind of capability?
Wow. Well, thank you so much for opening our eyes and sharing your invention with the world and to help ensure the safety. But after the commercial break, we'll get to talk more with Ruth and Tina about, what this suit means and how families can access it. Julie cảm ơn quý vị hôm nay đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Mark O'Crusco về cái suit đây. Mark nói đó là cái suit đây, cái float suit đây cho nhiều cái câu hỏi cho mấy em, giống như bình thường lúc mà mình đi bơi hay mình ra biển mình không có cái sợ hãi nữa, đó là rất là quan trọng. Sau phần quảng cáo chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với Ruth, với Tina Stang, với Airtime Watertime. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.